second swing. We are here in the Ping Tour Truck at the 3M Open. I'm here with Adam, and today he's going to go over a new i240 build. Adam, we're excited to see what's under the hood here and how we go about building the i240. So take us away.
All right, we'll get started. So as you see here on the tour trailer, we have just about everything you're going to need week in and week out. Drawers full of heads, drawers full of shafts. So we've pulled our head, our i240. Really good looking club here. It's been gone over really well for us on tour, and we'll build one up right now.
Let's do it.
So we start, obviously, we have the shaft prepped. We do a tip and a toe weight. That helps us, A, achieve swing weight, but B, create a little bit more perimeter weighting if you have a little bit more weight here and here.
Sure.
That's kind of why we build it that way. So we start off, I'll actually come over here and grab a tip weight. So we have all of our components here. Tip weight, we're going to start with a 5 gram. We're going to do a pretty standard build.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy. So we have that, and then we have our little ferrules that we put on. We have this little collar. A lot of people don't have that. That's something you're going to see at Ping. That just helps us to stay down so we don't have any slippage. Okay. And it also helps center the club in there. Now we're going to do loft lie to make sure that we get the right lie. That helps there, make sure we're right there in the center of the hosel. So we just tap it down to a set length, and now we'll start to epoxy it. So just a little bit of tape, and then we have a 2-part epoxy that we use that's fast drying. So let me throw that out. So normally, if you were just doing this, it would take 15 to 20 minutes, so not too bad. But when we do it, we actually throw it in our curing cell, which we'll do after. That helps speed us up to about 5 minutes of curing. And what that allows us to do is get a full set done much quicker.
Sure.
And when you do that, we can build a full set between Matt and myself, if we were both working on it, in under 30 minutes. Wow. If we had to.
And how long until you'll be able to go and hit them and play them?
Honestly, as soon as that grip's dry.
Okay.
Grip dries, you're ready to go. So the epoxy itself, it's done. As soon as it comes out of that curing cell, we can go hit it, and we've tried it. And it does.
It works all right.
Yeah. So we put our epoxy in, we just lined up our label, make sure it's there in the center, and then just tap it down. Make sure it's seated all the way down in the hosel there. Some chemicals just to wipe the excess epoxy off. And then we put it here in our curing cell. So again, our curing cell, something we do here. This is made in-house at Ping. We put it in for about 5 minutes, heats it up to 160 degrees. Wow. And when it does that, it helps cure it enough to the point where we can continue all the way through.
Okay, and that takes about 5 minutes, and then it's done deal.
About 5 minutes, and then we'll do the next few steps. So now it's done. First thing we're going to do, take it over and blend the ferrule just to make sure it's a nice smooth transition. So we have a machine here we do that with. Just a few passes. Just to make it nice and smooth, and then take a little bit of acetone, polish it up.
And that's just a felt belt, or what's the belt made out of?
Yeah, just a little felt belt, nothing too hard. You could even touch it, it wouldn't hurt you. So next up is our very unique process of Loft and Lie, where we use a hammer and a vise. So I'll show you that here. So this machine system we have, it has every single iron model we've ever made in our company history. So we can select i2s, we can go back to Zings, we can do just about anything, and obviously all our current product. So it's actually a camera-based system on a swivel. So we have a magnetic holder here. We make sure we square it up so it's nice and flush. And then we actually just touch this sensor over here. What it does is it takes a picture of the face and the grooves, and it throws it into its algorithm based on the model and gives us a loft and a lie.
Wow.
Loft is determined this way. Lie is determined by what you see on the face. So we'll do that here. We touch we're at 33.5, 62.25. So we're gonna wanna go a little bit flatter and a little bit less loft to get to our standard of 33 and 62. So we actually just put it here in the vise, and then we literally just hit it with a hammer.
I like that.
So we don't need to move it much. So we do a little bit of a hit there, take the wrench, remove a little bit of loft, and put it back on, see where we're at. So went a little bit too far with the lie angle. So then we hit a few there. And then from there, it's done. So now we would take it over and cut it. We want to make sure that we set the lie angle first before we cut it, because depending on the lie, you could get a little bit different length. So we'll go over here and do that. We come over here on our ruler for our iron side. We're going to build this at standard length, which is for us, for this model, 37 inches. Put a mark on it, cut it. And then we do a little deburr. Just make sure that edge doesn't get too sharp.
Yep.
Next up, one of our most unique processes that we have is our spiral tape. We'll do that right here. One thing to show you first, obviously we have all of our grips here. We have them arranged. We have all our Tor Velvet here in our drawer. And then we have our more specific player grips we'll have in here. Seamus Power, Z-Cord Mid. A couple of guys play this V55. It's gotten very popular on tour and in the public, so people can actually get that now. Sahith Thigala plays our mid-size 360 grip. And then a cool one too, Tony Finau, former 3M champion, with his own mid-sized with a TF logo on there of the green UTX. It's a pretty straightforward process. You just go in here, set the angle, and then you just give it a twirl, and it just twirls on real nice like that. Serrated edge, so it cuts it, and then we cap it off. So pretty quick there. So now, pretty simple device. We use our mineral spirits and put a little on the inside, and then a little bit on the tape to kind of deactivate the adhesive, and then on it goes. Pretty easy. That off, check, make sure it's straight. I always give it one of these two to make sure that address. So there's the grip, club's on there. Last thing we need to do is just put our toe weight in to fine tune the swing weight. And that'll be right back over here. All right, now the grip's dry, we're gonna do our swing weighting. We have a swing weight scale that we use at Ping also. We have a lot of machines on this trailer that are identical to what you would see at Ping. This helps us maintain a consistent build for players out here. All right, so right now it's C8 plus. We want to get it to D2, so we're going to throw a 7-gram toe weight in there. Just double check here to make sure that's the target that we hit.
D2.
And right there on D2.
And how did you know to go 7 grams on the toe weight?
So it was about 3.5 swing weights light from D2, so about 2 grams per swing weight for our builds. So 3.5 times 2, 7.
Sure.
And lastly, we just use our torque wrench, same as you use on a driver. Make sure it's good and tight and ready to go.
All right. Yeah, there you have it. i240 Ping Tour Truck 3M Open.